Welcome, everyone. Let's begin our lesson for today by going over the learning goals and success criteria. First, what are we learning? We're learning how to perform translation movements on geometric figures, reflection movements on geometric figures, and rotation movements on geometric figures. How are we learning it? Through the Rigid Transformations Part 2 notes, the Rigid Transformations Part 2 assignment, and the So What's Your Point assignment. When can we use this information? To determine whether furniture will fit in areas of your house if you move them, to understand why mirrors invert the appearance of things by switching the left and the right, and to set the time on a non-digital clock. How do you know you learned it? By getting a score of 4 on the Rigid Transformations Part 2 assignment, as well as a 4 on the So What's Your Point assignment. Now let's take a look at our agenda for today. We will begin by going over the learning goals and success criteria. While we do that, you'll fill out your Get It Started. Once you've completed your Get It Started, we'll go over it together and answer any questions that you may have. After that, we'll go over the Rigid Transformations Part 2 notes, and I'll give you time to complete the Rigid Transformations Part 2 assignment on IXL. Now, if you've already completed the assignment and gotten a SMART score of 80, you'll move on to the So What's Your Point assignment on Desmos. At the end of class, we'll go back over our learning goals and success criteria while you fill out before you go. Your only homework for tonight is to continue working on the Transformation Study Guide and any incomplete assignments that you may have.
Let's talk now about how to sign in to Desmos to complete your work. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on the link to go to the assignment, and it should take you to a page that looks kind of like this. And right here where it says sign in with Google, we're going to click there. And it's going to pop up with our email accounts. You're going to click on your school email account, and it should already have you logged in because you should have already been logged in using Google Classroom. From there, I'm just going to click Start the Activity, and it will take me into the assignment and allow me to begin. So that's how you will log into Desmos using Google.
Let's take a look now at the So What's Your Point assignment. The assignment begins with the learning goals and success criteria. If we scroll down, there's a link here to take you to the Desmos activity. Go ahead and click on that link, and it should take you to a page that looks like this. We'll go ahead and click Start the Activity. The assignment begins with the learning goals and success criteria. We'll go ahead and click Next. It says, sometimes life can be confusing and people can be even more confusing. Sometimes you are on the same page with them, and sometimes you just wish that they would get to the point. Just make sure to keep up with things so that when you hear the point, you don't end up looking foolish like Billy here. So go ahead and watch that video.
Dad!
Yeah, what?
Give me one more chance. I'll prove I can take over. I'll do anything it takes. I'll go back to high school and take the exams again, and I'll get my diploma all by myself.
Billy, it wasn't just high school. Do you remember that spelling bee you won in the first grade?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Rock. R-O-K.
Yeah, so what's your point?
R-O-C-K.
The C is silent. Okay, all right. All right, you got it. First grade through 12th grade, all over again. I'll do each grade in 2 weeks, take the test, regraduate, prove to you I'm not an idiot, and then I get to take over Madison Hotels.
That's some idea. You just think of that?
Yeah, I did.
Huh?
It's pretty good, huh?
Brian, don't you think the future of Madison Hotels and its 61,000 employees is too important to gamble on a game like this?
No. You're on. Carl, you make the arrangements. You pass every grade before June 15th. You take over instead of Eric. Have a nice weekend, son. You start school on Monday.
Oh!
And then we'll click Next. Assignment overview. In this assignment, you will be performing transformations on shapes. Instead of sketching the graphs of those functions, you will be entering the coordinates for each of the points. Desmos will then graph the shape for you. So we'll go ahead and click Next. So here it's given a table here of X's and Y's, and it says to fill in the table that represents a translation of 4, 3. So 4 means that we're changing our X's by 4, so we're going to add 4 to each of these X's. So -2 plus 4 is +2. -6 plus 4 is -2. And 5 plus 4 is 9. And then our Y's. We have 4 plus 3 now is equal to 7. 8 plus 3 is 11, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So we go ahead and do that. We hit graph it, and we can see that we have our original shape and our original shape, and we can see if that's correct. So now we hit check it. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is what we have it look like, and they look exactly the same. So we did it correctly. Now let's look at one with a reflection. So this time we're reflecting about the x-axis. So if we reflect over the x-axis, that means that we're counting the distance to the x-axis from the y's. So all my x's should stay exactly the same. So -2, -6, and 5. Now my y's, we're going to count the distance. So the y value for this one is 4 away from the x-axis, so it's going to be 4 away on the other side, so it's going to be -4. This one would be -8, and this one would be -2. So we hit graph it. So this is what our graphs ended up looking like, and we can see that is a reflection. We'll go ahead and hit check it, and we can see that we did it correctly. So you'll do that for each of these. You'll do it for the rotations as well, and then we'll click next, and you'll continue to do that all the way until you get to the end of the activity. Once you get to the end of the activity, there's a closing video for you to watch here. It says, now you are an expert on transformations, and more importantly, you got the point of the assignment. Just make sure that no matter how smart you think you are and how great your plan of attack is, it is always good to have some backup just in case. So go ahead and watch that video now.
Papi, let me pass. No, la castagnette. Ok, Serval. Scusa, mimosa. Pugna la copa, macaroni la piazza. Go. Go.
Hey, wait a minute.
Bello! Oh no! Bossa Nova!
Trespassers! Get out! You come back here!
Go!
Get your little butts back here!
Okay, now, you might feel a little pinch.
Gotcha now!
Time to break some bones!
Any plans for the weekend? Take 5 deep breaths. I'll be right back. Hey! You like picking on little guys, huh?
Go take a nap, old lady!
Old lady? I am a master of the ancient Shaolin art of Kung Fu. Get lost!
If you come back to our place, you're dead!